Hey folks, welcome back to the Wood and Pebble. So, this was just a quick little video slash streaming that I had set up for a buddy I work with. He runs a woodworking business named Steps Designs. I'll have the link to his channel in the bottom. Go show him some love for me. Um, he does some really beautiful work. Yeah, I've seen some of the tables, cabinets, this little, I'll call it like a chest type thing. He had some fancy word for it, but I'm just going to call it a chest. But it looked primo. I mean, it was awesome. So he and I were spitballing and everything else, and he was like, hey, can you make these little inserts? He goes, I want them about 3 inches around, and then I want to put my logo inside of it. So when I make a piece of furniture or a cabinet, I can make this little 3-inch divot and then put that wooden medallion inside of it. I was like, well, might be able to do something like that. Might be. So grabbed one of the spare pieces of wood I had. This is wood actually from a tree in my backyard, so no real cost invested in this. It was just a scrap piece of wood that I had sitting to cure for over a year now, and was like, okay, let's go ahead and level it out and everything. And yeah, I know that's not a good planing bit, I understand that, but it's the bit I have, and hey, guess what, it works, so whatever. um, so the video's vastly sped up. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing because you guys would get bored of me, that's for sure. But I'm gonna just let it play. The bit that's being used is a 1 millimeter bit. It's moving at 850 millimeters per minute. Unfortunately, it's the rigid thing, and I think I have it set on like 5.5. So I'm spinning it. It's a little higher than I normally like to run, but considering it was such a small blade, I wanted to make sure that it was moving slow enough and spinning fast enough not to break this. Unfortunately, at the end of it, you don't really get to see it in the video, but the bit actually breaks, and this was like a $40 bit, so I'm a little bit perturbed about that, because I've stated several times I like my cheap bits, because if it break, I'm not mad. This one was testing something for a buddy, and while it didn't break during the carving, somehow or another it broke after it was out. I can't even find the tip to it. It's just gone, like poof. So a little disappointed about that. Reaching out to the actual vendor to be like, hey, the first time I used the bit, here's the specs, and the bit broke. I don't really know what I did wrong, because it looks like I put in the right feed speeds, everything else, and yet still broke. So anyway, I'm gonna let this go ahead and go. I'm gonna shut up now. Enjoy watching the thing carve what it needs to carve. And in the end, I think it actually did a really good job. At the end of the video, I'll show the actual, we'll say, finished product, but as the video is titled, it's attempt number 1. I did use a darker stain on it, on the top of it, just to see how it would look, and yeah, I don't like the darker stain on it. So we'll see what attempt number 2 brings us. Alright, thanks guys, I'm gonna be quiet. Once again, thanks for all the support, watches, views, all that good fun jazz. Still super excited to see where all this is going. Just amazing, and the community, everything else, so thank you. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now. So you can see right here, I'm taking the bit off, and yep, it broke. Fun!